Twins were the real Twins tonight in a win at Target Field. Let's break it down on today's Locked On Twins postcast.
You are Locked On Twins postcast, part of Locked On Sports Minnesota, your team every day.
And welcome back to another edition of our Locked On Twins postcast. I'm the host of Locked On Twins, Nash Walker, here with writer and reporter at Access Twins, Brandon Warren, here to break down a Twins victory tonight on Friday, May 6th. First, summer is coming. You're going to need some food on the go. Built Bars are the perfect snack to take with you on family vacations. They're delicious and they're healthy. Go to Built.com, use promo code LOCKED15 and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. Brandon, good to have you back. Good to see you. Twins winner. People were wondering if we only record after wins. That would be great. I mean, if they could just win every night. And they have won a lot when we've recorded these. Another winner, Josh Winder, just absolutely terrific tonight for the Twins. 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, no earned runs. I mean, what do you think of Winder? We'll start off the top with him.
Yeah, so much to get to. And it's deservedly so that Winder gets some shine going. Let's see, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. I think I saw 15 or 16 swinging strikes on 80 pitches, ERA down under 2. Just absolutely incredible, to the point where, Dylan Bundy's obviously under the weather right now, or at least he's on the COVID sideline. But it's worth wondering how long he's going to hang in the rotation. I don't think they're ready to, cut bait or anything like that. But it's looking like Winder deserves that chance to stay. And certainly, too, it helps that Bailey Ober is on the IL right now. But again, good problem to have, too much starting pitching. And let me just say, this one, never in doubt.
Emilio Pagan is nails. He's nails, man. Gets out of the ninth. I saw his whip now is up to $1.80. I think it's 1.8. But the ERA is looking solid for Emilio Pagan.
Yeah. Do you know what I think of pitchers' whip as? It's like their blood pressure. It may not kill you directly, but it's definitely an underlying condition.
Absolutely. It's been a whirlwind 24 hours, to say the least,
Yeah.
I think, for the Twins. Carlos Correa hitting the finger last night. They lose that game. Yohan Duran gives up 2 solo homers. The Twins give up 5 solo homers and lose the finale in Baltimore. Correa early, we thought maybe broke his finger based on some early happenstance, precautionary, whatever it was at the time. And then we found out today, before the game, that Correa's finger is not broken, and he was actually trying to get in the lineup tonight. The Twins call up Royce Lewis, gets on the board with his first hit. What are the odds, Brandon, Royce can hit his way into staying? And if he does, where would that spot be for him if Correa is only out for like the weekend?
Yeah, I hope it's a good chance, because, and I'm repping, if people are watching, my Royce Lewis humility chain. His mom makes these, not that we're giving any free pub or shine to Cindy Lewis, but yeah, my hope is that he can do it. And in that case, I think it would probably be at third base, which we don't know much about him at third base. You've seen him play the outfield. When he was in the fall league, he played all over. There's no reason to doubt he can play third. I just don't know that we have a ton of evidence. But Gio Urshela has looked okay. Offense kind of ebbs and flows. To me, Urshela takes himself out of a lot of plate appearances by, he had a 2-0 swing last night where he had no business swinging and basically threw away a plate appearance. And, the Twins don't win the game. You look back on things like that and say, well, what if this had been different? What did that have been different? So I think, again, too, good problem to have. Too many guys for spots. But I think, with Miguel Sano on the sidelines and the Twins needing to make sure that they've got extra oomph, whether it's as a super utility guy or off the bench, I hope he can stay. But also, too, Luis Ariz isn't playing every day and needs to play more often, too. So I'm about 50-50. We're 1 game in. He's got 1 hit. He looked pretty good at short, but there's a lot of things to unpack still.
Let's talk about the future at third base, Brandon. José Miranda hits a big-time homer tonight, played a lot of first in the early going because Gio's at third. But where do you see this position like next year? If we're sitting here in May, and we might come back later in the season and things will be so different. But where do you see this spot? Is it a rotation? I mean, Gio Urshela is in his last year of arbitration next year. I don't know if I see him getting tendered. What's the future at third for the Twins?
Well, it's kind of like a pendulum swing, because the outfield, looks full with Larnach and Kepler in the corners and Buxton in center. Well, then where do you put Kirilloff? Well, if you swing Kirilloff out to left or you swing him back into first, then Miranda goes to third. I'm kind of gesturing here if people are not seeing that. But
I love it.
Yeah, so then, if Kirilloff comes into first, Miranda goes to third. Well, then where do you put Lewis? Does Lewis go to short? Correa's out of the picture. Well, you don't want that.
No.
So again, and I think I've said this before, I think that this Twins front office has been very deliberate in building a team with guys who are versatile, because in that sense that when a guy goes down, you've got a quality option to take over for them. And I wrote today at Access Twins, like behind Correa, you've got Lewis, you've got Polanco. You have some options. And if Polanco slides over, you've got a Rise at second base when a Rise comes back. And then you can put Miranda at first with a Rise over there. So it's a long way of saying I'm not really sure, but I think it's probably going to be one of the more athletic guys like Austin Martin or Royce Lewis at third and probably Miranda at first. But what does that mean at DH? What does that mean in left field? It's still a lot of questions to be answered that I'm kind of dancing around.
Some might be answered this season. I have a feeling they might be by the time we get to the end. Twins are minus 175 favorites tonight. They covered at betonline.net. It's your number one source for all your betting stats and sports info. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in action. BetOnline is where the game starts. I'm told the Wild are up early. Go play at BetOnline. Play some NHL playoffs as well. Tyler Duffy tonight. Wow. I mean, the bullpen locked it down, maybe stretching it, but Tyler Duffy was maybe his best outing of the year, Brandon.
Yeah, we're locked on and they're locked in. I think that's probably a fun little jingle that won't catch on. But yeah, and Joe Smith too, 6 pitches, 5 strikes. Good to see them going in another direction. Duran will be right back on the horse, maybe even as soon as tomorrow. But the direction they went worked, and it's Jace Tingler instead of Rocco. We don't know how much Rocco is pulling the strings behind the scene. But yeah, Duffy looked really strong, and suddenly that ERA is starting to look a lot more respectable at 4.22. So, things are looking up, even though the last thing we saw was Emilio Pagan white-knuckling the 9th inning. In general, this bullpen seems to be trending up, even though the roles are still a little fluid as far as end of games.
I was thinking about that. I was like, did Rocco call Tingler today? Like, did they talk about the lineup? I wonder. I think Rocco's the type of guy too who might just say, hey, it's yours. It's your game. But
maybe a little Bluetooth headset.
Exactly. We may never know. Hopefully Baldelli back soon. Hopefully Luis Arraez back soon. Alex Kirilloff activated today. Let's talk about tomorrow, the rest of the series. Chris Paddock pushed to Sunday, opens up a to be determined tomorrow, which presumably will be Sonny Gray.
Probably.
He was going to make a rehab start. Why do you think, Brandon, they've decided potentially, if that is the move, and it seems as it is, why would they do that here instead of Gray pitching for the Saints? Just say, hey, let's bring him to Minneapolis and have him play for the Twins.
I mean, it's obviously an Oakland A's revenge game, right? No. It's probably just based on something they saw as far as his start with Fort Myers, as far as him being closer to ready than maybe had been otherwise anticipated. He wasn't down for that long in terms of actual injury. And two, I don't know. I think maybe part of it was Bundy not pitching well and going down and Ober going down. Maybe you fast track it just a little bit. But at the end of the day, I think it's more just about the fact that he looks or feels ready. And it's a big league guy who's in his early 30s, if I'm not mistaken. He knows his body pretty well, and they're going to get some good reads off him to know what he's prepared for, what he's not. So I think all signs just pointed to him being ready, and he wants to get back out there. And it certainly won't hurt that it's against the team he started his big league career with.
The listeners and watchers do not know, but Brandon had sunglasses. I was going to put sunglasses on for the future being so bright. And this rotation, I mean, I think more than anything, Dylan Bundy's start now has given up 15 runs in his last 2. Chris Archer, the command is iffy. Beyond the back end, I think what's exciting early on is Joe Ryan and Bailey Ober and Josh Winder, guys who are here for 6-7 years, moving forward. I think we're finally starting to see, Brandon, this pipeline is coming and the pitching is coming. And all of a sudden, it feels like a rotation kind of fills in. And it looks like it's not there. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, here comes Winder. Oh, Balazovic's now healthy, pitching for St. Paul, or will be soon. It feels like it's filling in the cracks here.
Yeah, I think he's rehabbing for Fort Myers right now. So he's on his way. Yeah, I'm going to write this for Access Twins. So peep this. But 2020 and COVID really hurt the Twins pipeline because guys like Cantorino, Enlow, who's now hurt, all those guys not pitching that year set everything back. If COVID doesn't happen and it set things back way more than just baseball, I don't want baseball to be at the forefront here. But things look a lot different, and then people don't have that whatever syndrome when it comes to Archer and Bundy reminding them of Shoemaker and Hop, which I think is a little early to say. But yeah, I'm gonna write that up for Access Twins probably on Monday. That if 2020 doesn't go out the way it did, last year probably looks a lot different, and we're starting to see fruits of that right now. They did too, I think, promote Winder probably a little faster than they thought they would. But man, it's hard to argue with the results so far. He looked absolutely dialed in tonight.
He looks great, and there's more coming. I think we got a top prospect debuting like every other night right now at Target Field.
By the way, I don't want to interrupt you, but Byron Buxton homered again tonight too.
Oh yeah, we don't about that. Buck homer, whatever. Yeah, Byron Buxton, it's a homer.
It's like a daily double, but a home run instead.
Every time, like Justin says it best, when you see him at the plate, you just expect a hard hit ball or a home run. I'm almost expecting it.
Let's play our game again. What is Byron Buxton slugging at this second?
Okay, this is a couple homers in a row. I'm going to go 761.
754. Not bad.
Oh,
nice job.
Did not know. I did not know. Thank you.
Although if this was Price is Right, you would have lost. So
yes,
sorry.
True. Little undershot there. We'll be back tomorrow after another Byron Buxton homer. I'm certain of it. Brandon, thank you so much. Go over to Access Twins. Read that. I'm sure it'll be great. Like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Super excited about the numbers we're seeing in the early going. So thank you so much. Brandon will be back tomorrow. Twins win tomorrow. That's a series winner. Hopefully that's the case. We'll talk.